Welcome back. I've had some great requests from a few students who have said, would you please make an introductory video so that when I send my friends to your channel, they know where to start. So this is it. This is where to start. And the very first thing that you can do if you have a smartphone, either iPhone or an Android phone, is go ahead and download the Resonant Breathing app. Resonant Breathing app. And you'll see the name below it, John Goodard. That's my developer. He developed that app for me. It's wonderful. And it's going to have an introductory video. So you don't need to do anything else. Just download that video and boom, right away you're meditating. And the amazing thing about the way that I teach is it's the easiest and fastest and most successful way to meditate on the face of the planet. You're literally skipping decades, okay? There are easier meditations. Just go home and watch your breath, right? That's what they tell you. Just go home and watch your breath. But that technique takes lots and lots of time, sometimes decades, for you to begin to grasp how to do it well. But you step into the Resonant Breathing app, and I guarantee your first, your second, your third session, you're going to have success. You're going to feel calm and peace and tranquil. If it's not a lot, it'll be a little, and the little counts. Small steps count. And that's what this channel is really all about. It's about stacking technology one piece on top of the other until we have a more and more complete idea of meditation. So the next place that you can go after you have tried the Resonant Breathing app, right away, boom, we already have a meditation practice. Let's do 5 minutes. That's enough. You have begun your journey into meditation, and now it's about being successful with that 5 minutes. And that's where the 4 proofs come in. So now we want to learn a little bit more about meditation. We want to learn a little bit more about why that resonant breathing is working. So the next step is to go ahead and watch the playlist. And I'm going to have a link below this video, okay? It's called 7 Steps to Deep Meditation. So you can search my name and you can search that, and you will find 7 steps to deep meditation, all right? So watch through that and you'll begin to understand why the resonant breathing is working. It's lowering the idle of the body. You are controlling the breath in order to have a reflexive action happen on the mind. The mind begins to relax as well. It's really, really powerful, and this is the core of yogic meditation. Yogic meditation says, I'm going to use the biggest lever in the room to create change in the body, which is going to have a reflexive action on the mind. It's going to calm the mind as well. So what's the biggest lever? I'm going to control my breath. I control my breath. I create the resonance between the heart and the breath. The heart and the breath go together, and that's when the magic happens. So watch that playlist. You're going to have a deeper understanding of all of that. Next, let's do something, okay, I've got this practice. I'm practicing 5 minutes in the morning. Maybe I'm practicing 5 minutes at night, maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes when I have time, when I'm really getting into it. I'm really enjoying it. I love what it's giving me. I want more. More soup, sir. More soup. So what do I do next? Try out Hakula. I'd like you to try out Hakula. So again, that link is going to be below. And it's really amazing. It's a really wonderful way to spend a little time, anytime throughout your day, and begin to step into this idea of expansion. But we're going to do it physically by controlling our eyes. And very quickly, we're going to look at one point, and then we're going to dilate the eyes. We're going to become aware of everything on the sides. Our peripheral vision, as I pay attention to one point in front of me, and yet I'm seeing my fingers move. That's my peripheral vision. It's become activated, and to do that, the eyes dilate. So I'm actually actively dilating my eyes, and it's a neurological driver, and it begins to send me into the right brain. I talk a lot about the right brain. Okay, and so that's a wonderful practice, whether we do it with the heart rate variability, resonant breathing, or if we do it anytime during the day, that's the next place to go. Okay, Forrest, I did that. I got the resonant breathing. I'm doing it every day. I'm doing the Hakula. I watched the 7 steps to deep meditation. This is great stuff. What do I do next? The next place you can go is to my website, meditativemellows.com. All one word, meditativemellows.com. And there are 3 trainings there. I recommend that you start with either the tranquil breath, 4th phase tranquil breath, or the big bliss training. Either of those would be a great place to start. Once you've watched those 2, watch the 3rd. It's beautiful. Oh my God, I'm getting such fantastic feedback about the 3rd training. I just had somebody tell me again today, this has filled a huge gap in my meditative practice because it was not directly connecting to the rest of my life and opening up this internal guidance. It wasn't doing that automatically, but your training is. That's exactly what it's for. So that's what the 3rd training is for. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 trainings for now, and later we'll have a 4th training on absorption and samadhi. How does all that work? How do we get into those very, very deep states in meditation? But that's a little bit later. Okay, Forrest, I got the Resonant Breathing app. I've watched the 7 steps to deep meditation. I'm doing the Hakula. I'm doing the Om Japa because I watched the Big Bliss training, and that is amazing technology. It's all amazing, isn't it? What's the next step? Well, the next step is you can join on Patreon. And it's a really great place because I get to answer your questions. We're doing kind of a satsang question and answers format now, and you can ask me questions anytime through the messaging apps. It's a lot more access to me if you have a lot of questions, so it's very valuable, and it's such a glorious community. It's such an amazing group. We have such amazing souls. If I told you what some of these people are experiencing through these meditative teachings, it would blow your mind. But just to give you an idea, I think I have about 31 people now who have experienced samadhi or are going into samadhi on a regular basis, absorption and samadhi. So it's kind of a crazy amount of success in meditation. I have never heard of this level. And it's not about me, it's about the things that I'm bringing together. That's what makes it powerful, is when you take the ancient and you put it together and you put it into a modern medical science language, it begins to all make sense. And then you just go do it because it makes sense. Now, for the really adventurous, if you watched the first 2 trainings that are on my website and you would like to come to me in person, I'm in Southern California. If you would like to come and see me in person, so you write me and you say, Forrest, I watched your first 2 trainings. I know those are a prerequisite for your students so that they have this deep understanding how the Kriya Yoga is working. Okay, I watched those 2 trainings, and now I would like to come and meet you in person for the in-person initiation. That is available to you. So you write to me, you say, I watched those 2 trainings, and now I would really love to learn the Kriya Yoga. The kind of person that comes to meet me in person is so sincere. It's really amazing and beautiful. And so I give you the blessing of this lineage, which is the Kriya Yoga of Lahiri Mahashaya, and through the Panchanan Bhattacharya Ji lineage. It's so beautiful. And I know it's a little bit hard to come and see me in person. And that's why I try and give you so many pieces of the puzzle before you ever come to see me. That's what this whole thing is about, is giving you the pieces of the puzzle. How can I go into meditation deeply? And if you just begin with that Resonant Breathing app and you sit down and you sit very still, right? Because you watch the videos and you understand I need to sit very still comfortably, It's all based on comfortability, right? I'm choosing the breath rate which is comfortable for me, and I'm sitting very still in a comfortable posture. And now I'm awakening the healing nervous system inside of me, which is the parasympathetic, the dorsal parasympathetic, and I'm feeling great. And now I'm getting the first of the 4 proofs. I'm getting the hands hot and heavy. Oh my God, you are successful. You just became a yogi. You used science and technology, ancient technology, to transform yourself. It reflects back on the mind. The mind becomes still and you feel it. You did it. You're a success. So that's what I love about this. Right from the get-go, you are successful, and we're just going to build and build and build and build on your success. It's all about skill and success. It's not about numbers. You don't have to meditate 6 hours or some crazy number of kriyas. That's nonsense, okay? That's not the real kriya. The real kriya is built on skill. Meditation is a skill. And what I'm doing is I'm feeding it to you piece by piece. And it all fits together. It's all easy. It's all doable. It doesn't take all of your life. You're busy. You've got family, you've got kids, you've got responsibilities, you've got your job, your career. You got all these things going on. And if you can just put a tiny little chunk of that into meditation, it will transform your life and you will love it. So, I have a lot of yogis come and tell me, oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's really transformed my life. And it's so fulfilling to watch that transformation over and over again. So this is where to start. I hope this was very clear. I hope it made it very, very easy. All the steps that are available to you. Try out the Resonant Breathing app. Try it for 5 minutes. Dive into that breathing and watch what it does to you. Watch what it does. It calms down the body. It puts the body into a low, idle state. It reflects back on the mind. Boom, you're done. You had a meditation. You started. It's beautiful. So I hope you love this. If you did, be sure to hit that bell down below so I can see all of you next time.